Behind the velvet ropes of society's most exclusive circles lies a secret language that separates the truly refined from those merely pretending to belong. And by the time you reach the end of this revealing journey, you'll discover why certain subtle behaviors instantly telegraph your social sophistication to those who matter most. The aristocratic class has always understood that genuine refinement isn't displayed through designer labels or expensive accessories, but rather through the mastery of seemingly insignificant daily interactions that most people overlook entirely. These unspoken protocols govern everything from the boardrooms of Fortune 500 companies to the private dining rooms of country clubs where membership lists remain mysteriously exclusive. What distinguishes the socially adept from the perpetually struggling isn't their bank balance or their educational pedigree, but their intuitive understanding of behavioral codes that have been passed down through generations of cultural elite. First, we must address the disturbing trend of treating personal introductions as disposable commodities rather than sacred exchanges of identity. When someone extends their name to you, they're offering the most fundamental aspect of their personal brand, yet countless individuals respond with the socially devastating phrase about being terrible with names, as if chronic forgetfulness somehow constitutes an endearing character trait. This confession immediately signals to your conversation partner that they've failed to make a sufficiently memorable impression, effectively diminishing their social standing while simultaneously advertising your own lack of attention to detail. The sophisticated individual recognizes that remembering names represents the cornerstone of all meaningful networking, whether you're navigating a charity gala or a corporate merger meeting. Professional memory experts have documented that the average person can retain new names through simple repetition techniques, yet society continues to accept this lazy excuse as somehow charming or relatable. Distinguished individuals employ discrete strategies such as incorporating the person's name naturally into conversation within the first few minutes of meeting, creating neural pathways that ensure long-term retention. The most successful business leaders and social influencers understand that addressing someone by name creates an immediate psychological connection that can influence everything from negotiation outcomes to romantic possibilities. If your memory genuinely fails you, despite sincere effort, the graceful recovery involves a direct acknowledgement paired with a specific request for clarification, demonstrating respect for the person while taking responsibility for your oversight. Click subscribe now and hit that notification bell to unlock more insider secrets that separate society's inner circle from everyone else desperately trying to break through. Moving forward, we encounter the epidemic of digital communication that reads like hastily scrawled ransom notes, rather than professional correspondence worthy of serious consideration. Electronic messages beginning with casual greetings or diving directly into demands without proper salutations immediately categorize the sender as someone operating outside established business protocols. The modern workplace has witnessed a disturbing decline in communication standards, with emails resembling text messages sent between teenagers rather than exchanges between accomplished professionals. This deterioration extends beyond mere informality into territory that actively undermines the sender's credibility and professional standing within their organization. Executives at major corporations report that they instantly form negative impressions of colleagues who consistently demonstrate poor digital etiquette, often leading to missed promotion opportunities and stalled career advancement. The solution requires implementing a structured approach that begins every electronic communication with appropriate acknowledgement of the recipient's time and attention. Distinguished correspondence opens with measured formality that establishes mutual respect while setting the tone for productive interaction, regardless of the message's ultimate content or urgency. This approach signals that you understand the value of professional relationships and possess the social intelligence necessary for advancement within competitive environments. Next, we must examine the troubling phenomenon of telephone interactions that sound more like emergency responses than civilized conversation. The manner in which someone answers their phone provides instant insight into their composure, professionalism, and overall approach to unexpected situations that arise throughout daily life. Answering with abrupt, single-word responses suggests that you've been caught off guard by your own communication device, immediately undermining any impression of competence or preparedness you might hope to project. Successful individuals maintain consistent vocal presentation regardless of timing or circumstances, understanding that every interaction represents a potential opportunity for advancement or relationship building. The telephone remains a critical tool for business development, client management, and personal networking, making your vocal presentation a crucial component of your overall professional brand. Research conducted by leading communication specialists demonstrates that callers form lasting impressions within the first 3 seconds of conversation, making your opening words disproportionately influential in determining outcomes. The refined approach involves answering with measured warmth that conveys both availability and boundaries, suggesting that you're accessible yet discerning about how you invest your valuable time and attention. This vocal presentation immediately elevates how others perceive your professional status and social positioning, influencing their willingness to engage with you on significant matters. Furthermore, we must address the self-defeating habit of emotional dishonesty, disguised as polite deflection, when others inquire about your current state of well-being. Responding with automated pleasantries when clearly experiencing difficulties creates an artificial barrier that prevents genuine connection, while simultaneously training others to discontinue their interest in your actual circumstances. This pattern of defensive responses gradually isolates you from the very support networks that could provide assistance during challenging periods, ultimately undermining your long-term social and professional relationships. The sophisticated individual recognizes that authentic vulnerability, when appropriately calibrated, actually strengthens relationships by demonstrating trust and inviting reciprocal openness from others. Strategic emotional honesty allows you to maintain dignity while acknowledging that life presents universal challenges that don't diminish your competence or professional capabilities. The key lies in finding the elegant middle ground between oversharing personal difficulties and presenting a facade that prevents meaningful human connection from developing naturally. Refined individuals master the art of acknowledging current circumstances without burdening others with excessive detail, maintaining both authenticity and appropriate boundaries simultaneously. This approach builds stronger relationships while preserving your reputation as someone who handles difficulties with grace rather than pretending they don't exist. Additionally, we must confront the practice of introducing acquaintances through their functional relationship to you, rather than honoring their individual identity and accomplishments. Leading with someone's service role or professional utility immediately establishes a hierarchical dynamic that diminishes their social standing while positioning you as the primary figure in the interaction. This approach reveals more about your own insecurities and need for status validation than it does about the person you're attempting to introduce to others. Socially sophisticated individuals understand that every introduction represents an opportunity to elevate others while demonstrating your own secure position within social and professional circles. The graceful introduction focuses on the person's individual qualities, expertise, or interesting background, allowing them to reveal additional details about their relationship to you if they choose to do so. This method honors their autonomy while showcasing your ability to recognize and appreciate talent, regardless of how it intersects with your own life or career. Such introductions signal to observers that you possess the confidence and social intelligence to share spotlight rather than hoarding attention for yourself. People remember how you made them feel during introductions, and those positive associations influence their willingness to recommend you, collaborate with you, or include you in future opportunities. Finally, we must examine the modern plague of divided attention symbolized by smartphones positioned as silent witnesses to supposedly private conversations. Even when these devices remain inactive, their prominent placement sends an unmistakable message about your priorities and commitment to the person sitting across from you. The visible phone screen serves as a constant reminder that you're perpetually available to anyone who might offer more interesting opportunities than your current conversation partner can provide. This behavior effectively commoditizes human interaction, suggesting that face-to-face time holds less value than potential digital communications from unseen contacts. Distinguished individuals recognize that presence represents the most valuable gift they can offer, particularly in an era where genuine attention has become increasingly rare and therefore more precious. The simple act of removing your phone from visual range demonstrates respect for your companion while elevating the quality of your interaction exponentially. This gesture signals that you possess both the confidence to temporarily disconnect from external validation and the wisdom to prioritize meaningful relationships over digital distractions. Such behavior marks you as someone who understands the true value of human connection in building lasting personal and professional relationships. If you found these insights valuable for elevating your social presence, subscribe immediately and activate notifications to ensure you never miss strategies that could transform how others perceive and respond to you in every situation. Remember that mastering these subtle arts of refinement isn't about pretension or artificial behavior, but rather about demonstrating genuine respect for others while positioning yourself as someone worthy of serious consideration in all your endeavors. These behavioral modifications require consistent practice and mindful attention to detail, yet they yield extraordinary returns in terms of personal and professional advancement opportunities that become available to those who understand their importance. The investment of time and energy required to develop these sophisticated social skills pales in comparison to the lifetime benefits they provide in building meaningful relationships and accessing exclusive opportunities. Whether you're seeking to advance within corporate hierarchies, expand your social circle to include influential individuals, or simply command greater respect in everyday interactions, these principles form the foundation of lasting success. The difference between those who struggle to gain recognition and those who effortlessly attract opportunities often comes down to these seemingly minor behavioral adjustments that create major shifts in how others perceive and respond to your presence. Understanding and implementing these strategies positions you as someone who operates at a higher level of social intelligence, making you naturally attractive to other successful individuals who recognize and appreciate refined behavior.